All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto. It is May 17th, 2024. In today's content, we'll talk about BTC on a macro basis and what type of price action we could be anticipating over the next like a few weeks or even like a few months going forward, right? So the price of BTC just about like a $67,000. Okay. So now we'll start off on a quarterly basis, right? So when we take a look at BTC on the quarterly, it looks pretty good. It's only down like 5% as of now, right? So it dropped as low as basically 23% from the last quarter high right there, just about like a 73 down to 56, 57k area. So just about like a 23%, okay? But as of now, just about like a 5%, 5.5% and all that good stuff, okay? So after we dropped last month, most bears came out, on a monthly basis and started to talk about like the tweezer top and all that good stuff. Even though we noticed it at the same time on a 2-month cycle, we said, okay, it is a bearish spinning top, but just gotta give it some time over the next like a couple of weeks or like a couple of months to basically digest the entire structure, okay? So on the quarterly, looks pretty good. If we close the quarterly time frame, right, we got 45 days to go, just about like 45. It is still going to be a bullish reversal pattern. Even if we close the quarterly cycle just about like a 67, 66k area, the fact that we had a big rejection at 56, 57k, right, rejecting the drop to the downside and push back up to a 67, making it a bullish move, right? So the quarterly looks pretty good. On the 2-month cycle, as we said, we just have to avoid one thing, okay? Going back up above like a 72, 73k area and drop back down below 60k. So that'll give us a double spinning top on the 2-month cycle. So that is going to be technically, a bearish cycle. So we just have to avoid closing below 60k, right? By July, okay? So end of June, right? We have to basically maintain a bullish cycle by end of June, okay? So the 16-month cycle, I discussed it in my premium group, okay? The first 16-month cycle started back in November 2021 all the way up to basically March 2023. So that gave us our first basically 16-month cycle. So we just about to complete our second 16-month cycle. It'll end in June 2024. After that, we're going to get the most parabolic phase of the 4-year cycle, which is going to start in July all the way up potentially to October 2025 if the 4-year cycle remains the same. All right, so something to keep in mind, after June, right, market could be volatile, okay, going into October, okay, 2025, right? And we discussed this pattern like we discussed it a long time ago, okay? We said you want to be buying BTC 18 months before the halving. You don't want to wait till the halving, because 12 months after the halving, you're most likely going to get some downward pressure, okay? It doesn't mean like price won't keep on going higher, but you're not going to get the same type of return, right, you would have gotten if you basically got in around the 18 month before the halving, which is basically November 2022 right here, okay? So keep an eye on the 16-month cycle. It looks really, really good, right? So now on a weekly basis, as we said back in March, okay, a retest of the weekly 21 EMA was probable, and then a retest again of the top. We said BTC was going to make a new all-time high and drop 30%. Back then, the weekly 21 EMA, I think, was somewhere around like a 40, 45, something like that. Let's see right here. Okay, so I think that was right there, something like that, okay? I don't know exactly, okay, but it was somewhere around 45, 48, 45k, 46k area, okay? So we were saying like a 30% drop down to the weekly 21 EMA and then a reverse back up, okay? But it retested the weekly 21 EMA right around 56.5, 57k, because with these moving averages, right, you cannot say like, hey, we're going to retest a certain moving average at a particular time, right? Because these moving averages are based on price and time at the same time. So something to basically keep in mind. The main thing is like it did not close below the weekly 21. It retested the weekly 21 and got a big support off of the 3D 21 EMA. Even though we dropped slightly below the 3D 21 EMA, which is part of the anti-correction, the main thing to kept an eye on was like the 3D RSI. We talked about it when the 3D RSI was overbought right there. We said it will retest the mid-range, and once we retest the mid-range, it could coincide with BTC consolidating around the 3D 21 or even retest the weekly 21 EMA. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now. The RSI is looking for another push back up after the double top right there, right around like a 87. Double top, double bottom right there. Okay, so you got your double top. The first top was in December, the first week of December 2023. The second top was in the second week of March 2024, and then we're getting our double bottom right here. So we discussed it a long time ago. So it looks really, really good, right, on the macro, short to medium term time frame. It looks really good, and at the macro and on the macro basis at the same time, right? So we'll see over the next like a few days if the 2D time frame, right, will remain positive, right? Remember on our last update we said we want to close above the 3D 21 and stay above the 3D 21 in order to get back up around the 74K area. So getting back up above the 74K area will be crucial, and if or when we get there, we'll basically update the the next step and all that good stuff. Okay, but we'll need at the same time our 3D MACD to flip positive over the next like a over the next like a few days or even like a few weeks, right? And stay positive, because we do not want our MACD to stay to flip positive and then goes back negative. Okay, it is something like we will just have to avoid, especially during the summer, right? But the main thing is like we're looking good on a 2D basis. A positive crossover, it means a lot as of now, right? So that is our first bullish crossover since we crossed negative back in March 19th, okay, this year basically. Okay, so a positive crossover May 16, it is a good news, okay, going into the summer, right? So on a daily basis, it looks pretty good. Okay, as I said a long time ago, do not fall for the positive crossover right here. And I said like the next positive crossover on our MACD, we may not even get a bullish divergence. Okay, so if we just flip positive, just stay with the trend, right, and do not look for a divergence. Okay, so yes, we could have gotten a divergence, but it wasn't guaranteed. Okay, as we said right here, after we crossed positive right there, you can see like we got above the daily 21 and then started to rock and roll all the way up to 74K area, right? So daily looks good, right? 2D, it is starting to look very good. The 3D, it is the big challenge because we still got a big gap, right, between the signal line and the MACD. So, but with time, everything could change. Okay, we'll see over the next like let's say by June, if we're going to get enough momentum to basically flip the MACD on the 3D, flip it positive and all that good stuff, right? So I think that is it regarding BTC. We cover the quarterly basis all the way down to the daily time frame, right? So so looks very good. Okay, so the other part of the analysis could be based on Elliott wave, right? If you take a look at it based on wave analysis, you could say, okay, that is our first correction, and we're looking for another correction to the upside, right? Potentially, if this entire correction was our W, X, and Y correction, we could even say like it could break out above 74K area and then blast off above like a 80K and all that good stuff. But we'll take it step by step, because there is a potential correction, another potential correction, right, where market could be coming back down to the 60s or even like a 56K if we do not break out above 74K area, 74K area clearly. You see what I'm saying? So we'll just take it step by step. the first step was like to get a support at the 60K on average. We did that. The second step going to be like to retest 73, 74K area. Okay, if we break it, there's, you know, there won't be no need to be looking for another retest of 60K area, but we could be going up to like 100K and all that good stuff, especially if we break out above above like a 79 to 81K area, right? But everything looks really good, right? So let's take a look at the 2-week cycle really quickly. On a 2 weeks basis, we've been down like for 45 days, and as you can see right here, that's the first 2-week cycle breaking out to the upside after the 3 bearish cycles to the downside. So it looks really good. Okay, we just need to see a close above the 74K area, especially on on the 10D basis, right? On the 10D, it also looks really good, right? So we'll see. Okay, that's all I wanted to cover for BTC on a macro basis. We'll see how everything will be playing out over the next like a few over the next like a few weeks. Okay, so if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description. You can also join the Ascend Premium group, link in the description, and all that good stuff. All right, thanks a lot for watching.